How your diet can shield your gut from microplastics. Microplastics have become an inescapable part of the modern human experience. These tiny synthetic particles are detected in drinking water, global food supplies, and increasingly in human tissues, including arteries and brains. While the presence of these pollutants is unsettling, new research suggests that individuals are not entirely powerless. Dietary choices can significantly influence both the level of exposure to microplastics and the gut's ability to mitigate their potential harm. A recent narrative review synthesizes existing scientific literature to explore the intersection of nutrition and microplastic toxicity. The findings highlight that while we cannot eliminate exposure, we can strategically manage it through what we eat and how we store our food. The mechanics of exposure. Size and source matter. Not all plastic particles affect the body equally. The review emphasizes that particle size is a critical factor. Larger microplastics generally remain in the digestive tract and are excreted. However, smaller microplastics and nanoplastics are more likely to breach the gut barrier, entering tissues where they can trigger inflammation and oxidative stress. The primary driver of exposure is often the packaging and processing method rather than the food itself. The study identifies clear trends in contamination levels. Ultra-processed foods. These items, which undergo extensive industrial preparation, are associated with higher microplastic loads due to contact with plastic processing equipment and multi-layer packaging. Bottled beverages. Bottled water consistently shows higher concentrations of microplastics compared to tap water, largely due to the leaching of particles from the plastic containers themselves. Minimally processed foods. Whole foods stored in glass or metal or consumed fresh typically present a lower risk of plastic contamination. Nutrition as a defense mechanism. The review suggests that certain nutrients can act as buffers against the physiological stress caused by microplastics. The same dietary patterns known to support general gut health appear to offer specific protection against plastic-induced damage. Fiber. Soluble fiber may help bind plastic particles within the digestive tract, facilitating their elimination through regular bowel movements before they can be absorbed. Antioxidants. Microplastics can induce oxidative stress in gut tissue. Antioxidant-rich foods help neutralize these reactive molecules, reducing cellular damage. Probiotics. Beneficial bacteria support the integrity of the gut lining. A robust gut barrier is less permeable, potentially reducing the ability of harmful particles to cross into the bloodstream. Key insight. The foods that promote general longevity, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and fermented items, also provide a specific shield against environmental pollutants. Practical strategies for reduction based on the review. Experts recommend several actionable swaps to minimize exposure while maximizing gut resilience. These steps do not require extreme dietary overhauls, but rather mindful adjustments to daily habits. Prioritize whole foods. Shift away from ultra-processed snacks and meals. Whole foods generally involve less plastic packaging and fewer processing steps that introduce contaminants. Rethink hydration. Where safe and accessible, choose tap or filtered water over bottled water. For those who must use bottled water, consider it a temporary necessity rather than a default. Boost fiber intake. Incorporate legumes, whole grains, vegetables, and fruits to aid in the mechanical removal of particles from the gut. Include fermented foods. Regular consumption of yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and kimchi can strengthen the gut barrier via probiotic support. Change storage habits. At home, replace plastic food storage containers with glass or stainless steel alternatives to limit leaching during storage and reheating. The bottom line, while science is still catching up on the long-term human health effects of microplastics, the current evidence points to a clear strategy. Diet quality matters. By choosing whole, fiber-rich, and fermented foods, while minimizing reliance on plastic packaging and ultra-processed items, individuals can reduce their exposure and support their body's natural defenses. This approach offers a practical, immediate step toward health in an environment where total avoidance of microplastics is currently impossible.